Today we're going to take a look at still my all-time favorite pocket pistol I've ever owned, the Smith & Wesson M&P Bodyguard in .380. This is one of the very first handguns I reviewed when I first started this channel, and it's often made the list of the best pocket pistols. However, it was a couple years ago when I was still a principal. I had hired a friend of mine who was a music teacher in Springfield, Missouri, and he moved up to the Kansas City area to work for us, and he asked if he could borrow a handgun, and this is the handgun I loaned him. After a few weeks, he then was returning it to me, and I said, you know what, you just keep that handgun, and I gifted it to him. And since then, I've really regretted getting rid of it. I've tried a lot of other pocket pistols, and I just can't find anything as good and as concealable as far as these tiny little pocket pistols go, the Smith & Wesson M&P Bodyguard in .380. Now, this handgun's about the size of a deck of cards, so it's really hard. There's not a lot of options out there in this size. And I've tried a few of them, and I just keep going back to this. So I recently picked up another one. I just love this little pocket pistol. Out of every pocket pistol I've ever tried, still to date, in my opinion, the best one. It's double action only, but it has a very smooth double action pull. It's 6+1. They also have a 7+1 magazine. They also have a 15+1 extended magazine that I've not gotten a hold of, but I'm very curious about as a backup magazine. But what I love about this handgun is, well, several things. Number one, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful handgun. It's so well crafted. Number two, it's incredibly reliable. I have never, in the 7 years that I have been shooting this gun or the one before it, I've never had one single issue with this gun other than perfection of performance. And finally, it's incredibly accurate for what it is. I'm always blown away every time I go to the range and shoot this gun how accurate it is. A few years ago, Jerry Michalek put out a video where he was drilling a target at 300 meters with this little double action only .380. Extremely impressive. Now, of course, he's a much better shooter than I am, but still, I think anybody can perform well with this. Now, being a double action only is where a lot of people get the hang up. My favorite kind of carry gun is one with the first round double action pull only, and I carry a lot of revolvers, which are always double action. So this doesn't bother me at all, and as a matter of fact, it's one of the smoothest double action triggers out there. There's a few that are better, but not many. It's every time I feel it, I think to myself, this is a darn good double action trigger. Now, when I was shooting it the other day, I kind of reminded myself that in order to really get those long distance accurate shots, what you really need to do is this gun is really easy to train on, is get that pull almost to where the hammer falls, then take a better aim and then pull it the rest of the way. And it's almost like a single action at that point. It's very concealable. I have a few different holsters for this gun. I have a outside the waistband, I have it inside the waistband. My favorite way to carry it is with a Smart Carry invisible holster. Now, oftentimes in the summertime when I go out on the boat, this is the gun I have in a Smart Carry. It's incredibly concealable. So I just kind of had to throw this out there. Still my favorite pocket pistol. Out of all the tiny little pocket pistols to date, I haven't found one better. I've tried several, and I just keep going back to this one. Now, there's a few pocket pistols that I know y'all are going to say, well, what about this one, or what about that one? And especially like the SIG 938, you know, I just had a lot of failures with mine. To date, it was one of the worst pistols I ever fired. So, you know, maybe another day I'll give that a third shot, but to date, still the best pocket pistol. This one I will not be getting rid of, and I do really get rid of it. It's just in the moment when he was handing it back to me, I just kind of felt it in my heart to say, nah, you keep it. So, you know, I'm so happy I have this back in my collection. I'm carrying it more than any other gun right now, and that's kind of why I had to throw this out there, because this was one of the very first guns I reviewed, and it is still my all-time favorite pocket pistol. Love to hear your thoughts on it. Put it in the comments below. If you like this video, click like and subscribe. If you feel called to support our channel to Patreon, that link is also below. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests. Never hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.